Where's the party?
Let's have some fun. Well, hi, Sue,
Hi, Shelleigh.
and welcome to the Fun Grandma podcast. We thought it would be fun just to have a conversation about some great ideas for Christmas because we know that you all are fun grandmas and you like to do fun things with your family, and we like to collect those ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but before we get too into it, I do have a public service announcement
Okay.
to all grandmas out there. I have seen something on the internet, Instagram specifically, and I thought it was so funny and so alarming all at once. So there is this new prank that people do. It's called the grandma prank, so be advised. And what it is a grandchild or a child, they wraps up a shirt that says, "I'm grandma's favorite," or "I'm the best," grandma says, or something along those lines. But they're wrapping it up for themselves. And during the family gathering, it gets just unwrapped. And of course, someone's got their phone filming it. And they film the person unwrapping it and going, "Oh, grandma's favorite. I always suspected that was me." And then they, quick, shot to grandma's face, who's like, with all the other grandkids there, all the other family members there. And of course, and I saw a compilation. So I saw reactions from bewildered. I know how I'd feel. It'd be like, did I wrap that? I mean, I'd be easy. Because I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing half the time. But then there were people that were really angry. I mean, boy, they're hilarious. So how would you feel if that happened in your group?
Oh, I have two grandchildren that put as my ringer, "Your favorite grandchild is calling." And so when my other kids are around, they're like, Who's that? So I even get a reaction out of that. So
and it puts you in a bad spot.
It does. I'm like, well, that doesn't mean they're my favorite grandchild. Well, it's ringing that it's your favorite grandchild. So
touchy stuff.
T-shirt. I think it is hilarious.
But yes, when it's happening to other people.
Other people. If it was happening to me,
that's nice, isn't it?
I think that I would. I think I would think it was funny.
Right, sure.
But,
sure.
And it kind of makes me want to figure out how to do it.
Right. Is there, and I was thinking this too, could you say favorite grandma, but if you reversed it?
Yeah.
But I think it wouldn't be funny if a grandma tried to pull it off. I feel like it's one of those where it could put you in the doghouse for a long time.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If you flipped it. But I don't know. All families are different. But I just think you heard it here on Fun Grandma. I hope we've protected you, or maybe you could be prepared for when this happens to you. You could have a funny retort, or at least don't be caught on camera yelling at everybody. I'm just trying to save you from that. I'm just trying to, yeah.
Thanks, Shelleigh. I appreciate knowing because I mentioned it to my family, and one of my grandchildren went, "Oh, darn, you know about that?" So
see,
so
information is power.
Yeah, I think I stopped that.
Nip that in the bud. All right. Well, we were also talking Christmas, as you know. I mean, we don't have to tell you. It's just such a consumer time for all of us. And but we really were liking, we had a guest not that long ago, Marty Beck, shout out to Marty, and she was just talking about they're leaning more into giving experiences rather than gifts. And so we just wanted to talk about that. And I know you had some great ideas for that.
Well, it made me kind of start thinking about, okay, what could I do? Because I am a quality. Okay, I'm thinking about me instead of the person that's receiving the gift. But I'm a quality time person, and I love adventures. And so I started thinking about some of the things that I want to do with some of my grandchildren.
Right.
So, close by, you can go and be in a hot air balloon. And I have done the hot air balloon one time, and it was super fun.
We used to live in a house you could see them really clearly. I bet that's so cool.
Yeah.
And so that's still going.
Over in Walla Walla and over close to Pendleton, they do that.
Neat.
And so I looked that up. It's not cheap, but it's not
Sure,
outrageous.
but if you're not buying a bunch of gifts.
Right. So I have one grandchild that I think that was really, really fun. And you go, it starts at like 5 a.m, so you get to watch the sunrise and you're up in the balloon. And I think that would be really cool. So
I love that.
the other adventure, my granddaughter's really, well, I enjoy kayaking. And so they've done it with me. But in McCall, Idaho, they have a really cool place that you can kayak that's kind of like a kayak trail.
Oh,
And so I was
neat.
thinking about a water adventure, because the other thing I really love in McCall is there's a hot springs that's natural, Gold Fork. And I was thinking a water adventure where we could go kayaking, and then that evening we could go to the hot springs.
Right.
I spend the night in McCall, and I think that would really be fun. Another one that I was thinking about was a wildlife encounter, because one of my grandsons is so into animals. He just loves animals, and so just going to the zoo and then going to an aquarium. And he also loves stuffed animals. And so letting
always
him,
have that gift shop,
get, give him a gift card so that he could pick out a stuffed animal. And I think that would be a really fun one.
Yeah.
One more I'll share.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, you remember those, not the Polaroid Instamatic cameras, but those cameras that you would just like take pictures and then you'd turn them in?
Right, sure.
And have the film.
Yeah, right.
What were they called?
Disposable cameras, I think.
Yeah. Well, a couple of my granddaughters have had those Instamatic ones where you get the little picture,
sure.
right?
They're pretty
but
tiny.
I thought it would be super fun to just get the Instamatic ones where they don't know what their picture is.
That's such a foreign experience.
I
now.
know. It's so normal for us, but
Right.
for them, that would be, they wouldn't be able to change it, or they wouldn't be able to add anything to it.
Right.
No filter. So just to go on an adventure, have them take pictures and then get it developed and have like a photo album with stickers where they could then, I think they both love, my two youngest granddaughters really love crafts. And I thought that would be a fun thing and not very expensive.
Right. And kind of that retro feel, which is so fun to do with a grandparent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
So
those are great ideas. And I thought it was fun. Our last episode, we got to talk with Rhonda Laybourne, and she talked about going on the train ride in Hood River. And I hadn't really ever, and they actually have lots of things you can do there. So they have the Polar Express at Christmas, but they have year-round train special rides, and then other things. Like those cars that you can bike, like you can pedal them. There was quite a few things. So going on that website. So once again, all local ideas for us.
Yeah.
But I think you get the point. I love what I'm hearing. You're considering their interests, and then picking out something that would really be a great thing to build memories with.
Yeah.
Between the two of you.
Yeah.
Or their family or whatever.
I
think that's great. So much better than another plastic toy. And obviously, too, this is age related. I mean, you have elementary and older grandkids.
Yeah.
So, these.
But I've even been thinking about this with my great granddaughter, because she's going to get inundated with so many gifts.
The first
right?
for so many. She's the first.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to come up with something that is just going to be like a tradition with her, where it is going to be like an adventure. And so
I love that.
I was even thinking about for like preschoolers, all the bath toy kind of things that they have now. They have this gel stuff that you can put in the water, and it just becomes like Jell-O, and then you pour another solution, and then it turns
I
into
haven't seen
colored
this. I
water.
gotta check this out.
You know,
Yeah.
and just those kind of things would
Yes.
be super fun to do.
yeah.
And so, trying to be a little bit creative in coming up with an adventure that would be age appropriate.
Sure,
you know?
sure, right, and you know, that is all that brain development stuff. Her putting her fingers in, that's so good.
Yeah,
More than something that'll just probably sit on the shelf.
I know. I mean, I'm already looking at all the gifts people have already bought her. I mean, I myself have not started Christmas shopping, but family members.
We're so alike that way. And for many of you, this episode's way too late. You were like done months ago. So we're totally telling on ourselves by even talk. People are like, Christmas is so done and over. But for those of you out there that are like us and you're still in it, hopefully this is helpful.
Yeah.
Well, I had a couple of books I wanted to mention.
Okay, I love it when you share books.
Well,
Shelleigh. I always take these resources to heart.
At least we're helping each other. I love that.
Yeah.
We don't know. But Sandra, I hope I'm saying Bonton. Anyway, she is a very well-known author. I know you guys have seen Barn Dance, I think, is one of her. But her little board books that she writes, they are, I think, for younger kids. But I think kids of all ages love them because of the illustrations. They're super fun. They're usually kind of musical or rhythmic in nature, just even how you read them. You know, kind of like Dr. Seuss always was. But she has a Christmas book out. It's called A Dance with Santa. And what I think is so great about it is it also has a companion album.
Oh,
So you can find that on Apple Music or any Amazon, wherever you get your music. But I just want to mention some of the artists that are on it. You know, sometimes kids' music it can be really enjoyable with, you know, really great artists. So Lyle Lovett's one of them. Zoe Deschanel has a song on there. And for those of you who are big Broadway fans, Patti LuPone, I mean, she's old school Broadway. So there's some really cute, it's not, I wouldn't say it's, you know, for your Jesus celebration. It's Christmas themed. So anyway, it's the book and the album together. I think would just, if you had a chance to, if you wanted to have it at your house for a read aloud, it looks really fun. And then one other book that I just love, I've just become aware of, that's been out for a long time. It's a Caldecott winner series, but it's called A Night Owl, and night is the homophone, you know, it's Knight. So he's like the knight of a round table. And so that's a play on words that's already cute. The night owl. Anyway, so and I think you'd appreciate him as a character. He's kind and he's brave and he is a very good friend. So you have the book, just The Night Owl, and then I forget the title of the second. There's a second book, but then this year they came out with a Christmas book for The Night Owl, and I was so excited. Anyway, I can't say that I've read it, but I can't imagine that it would be anything but wonderful.
Yeah.
So anyway, the illustrations are beautiful. It would be, I think, a great gift book.
And what age group?
Well, it's definitely, I think, as young as 3.
Okay.
I think they would relate to it. But yeah, but the first storyline is about making a friend with someone that you might at first see as an enemy. And that if you take the time to find out what you have in common instead of focusing on what you don't, I don't want to give away too much because it's so sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, but I just like books that as you reading, that you would want character traits from the book. Not all reads have to be like that, but boy, that's special when it is like that.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. So anyway, those are 2 Christmas books that are newer this year that I think, or in the last year and a half or whatever. So, yeah, I don't know. Well, and I know you had some basket ideas.
Okay. So a fantasy basket is always
themed. This is so
great.
Cool. Yes,
it's always great with a book, a costume. It could be dress up. It could be explorer. One of my grandsons loved costumes.
Right. A lot of kids
for
do.
a long time.
Well, my son did. Yes.
And that is always fun. So,
Yeah.
a Spider-Man costume and a Spider-Man book and a Spider-Man, little
Yeah.
figurine. But also the princess.
Oh, yeah.
And, so I think another basket that would be really inexpensive and fun is a winter wonderland basket where you could just have a mug, hot cocoa, different kinds of marshmallows, and then maybe something to put together to make a snowman. And they also have stuff that you can buy on Amazon that's fake snow. And so if you live in an area where there's not snow,
Yeah.
you could do that.
Oh,
And,
what a great idea.
fuzzy socks and just
Yeah.
winter. This isn't a basket idea, but sledding in the snow is always super fun. But if you could come up with different things that you could use for a sled.
Oh, clever.
So,
yes.
We were talking the other day, I'm not sure this is safe, but an old plastic suitcase that you could open up and, yeah. And so just having the kids think of different things that you could use to sled down, one of the funnest things that our grandkids have used have just been their pool toys.
Okay, well, sure.
And those,
yeah, right.
So all of that, but just what are some different things that we could use, and how fast would each one of these things? Which would be the fastest? I think.
Right, that would be a fun thing for. Yeah, if you had them over. Yeah.
So we're gonna do that. Just a nature basket. Where you could have binoculars, you could have like those bug catching kits.
They would love to have those.
Anything like that, little magnifiers, that kind of thing, and a book that could go along with that.
Oh, sure.
These are more like preschool ideas, but this is another one that I think would be really fun in the summer. Is some PC pipe. Okay, and hammer and nails and hose. And they could make their own water park. So you can take the PC pipe and they
Right,
can
sure, you
put
just need the
little holes, and they could put the hose through it and then make your own. And you also can use those pool noodles.
Right, oh, yes.
And the hose can go through that, and that can make it so you can make hoops, or you can make...
Right.
So try that.
Oh, I love that. They'd have to problem solve, and that would just get them thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think they would have so much fun doing that. Yeah.
That is,
I love those.
The other thing, I remember back in the day, the Easy Bake Oven, which they still have.
Do they still have those?
They still do. But just a cooking basket.
Sure. I think that's a great idea.
Is super fun, honestly, for so many different ages.
Right.
Because you could put, I know my granddaughter Briella, she loves getting like a waffle maker and then coming up with 85 different ways to make waffles. And so just kind of thinking about what kind of foods they like, and then making a basket with some kind of a cookbook or recipes, a little apron.
That's a great, maybe even with their name on it. Yeah.
That could be fun.
That's clever. I love those ideas. Yeah.
I love going to cooking classes. I'm not a great cook, and
I've never, anyway, I think that would be so good.
Yeah.
That would be so fun.
They really are fun.
Yeah. Well, great.
Yeah.
What else do we have to, there was one other book suggestion that I do want to make before. We like promoting the Kaleidoscope Bibles.
Mm-hmm.
These are Bibles that have been rewritten or paraphrased for kids at a certain reading level. I think it's 9 and up.
Yeah.
Or 9 to 12. Anyway, and they also come on a product called Yodo cards. So the Yodo players, and we've mentioned those players before, but they are electronic, but they aren't a screen. Yeah. So it's just listening, and even preschoolers can use these players because you just put a card in, and it reads somehow it's magical to me, but it reads the information off the card and tells. So Kaleidoscope has put their Bibles onto these Yoda cards. So giving the player, they are a little more on the spendy side, but for what they are, I don't think too bad. And these cards are very affordable once you get to just buying the cards.
Yeah,
it is really great.
Really fun.
Right, and I think they're coming out, and it's not just Kaleidoscope that has the cards. I mean, you can get Pete the Cat. You can get any kind of book that you like on a card, and you can record your own voice on the cards.
Oh, that is so fun.
They just step you through that once you purchase them. So I think that would be a cool grandparent, and it would go through the mail. The cards would very easily.
Yeah, that is a great idea.
Well,
I
think,
idea.
And definitely a group of people we'd like to promote. But
yeah.
Well, and another place that I just would like to recommend over the holidays, just checking out, is another podcast. She also has a website full of resources, and it's called More Than Grand. And I go there often, just keeping up about what's important to grandparents. But she has a fabulous blog. She also has a gift guide out this year that looks really great, and it's divided by age groups. So if you're wondering what the best toys for certain ages, that's a great resource. And she also, I'd say her articles kind of focus on both sides of the relationship, not just how we as grandparents could be, but also the parents, and considering how they might be feeling. And I just appreciate how she talks about, sometimes holidays can be disappointing, especially if expectations. Anyway, she kind of coaches people up, and I've appreciated what she has to say. So I would encourage, I think if you're listening to this, you might be very interested in that. So
yes, really a lot of great things.
Yes, so good.
Well, we just want to end with this. We just want to really encourage you that as you're going through the holiday season and you're thinking about giving things to your family, that we could be thinking of it through the eyes of letting love be your greatest aim. Like just thinking about spending time with them and how connecting with them and doing adventures and living life together could be such a bonus to the gift that you're giving. So thank you. Thank you for being here, and let's just keep letting love be our greatest aim.
That's it right there. Thanks.